Turn your phone while recording. Morning everyone. I'm not sure how this is going to work because it's the first time I've done it, but as you can see we're here on Cleveleys beach and I'm just going to see if I can turn this picture around because you obviously don't want to look at me, do you? You ready? Ta-da! The beach. So, given the fact that we're all on solitary isolation, I thought I'd come out and show you what a beautiful day you're missing. I'm not trying to rub it in, I'm just trying to make it feel better. It's absolutely beautiful. We've had wall-to-wall wind, rain, freezing cold, every bad type of weather that you could possibly think of. And then we all end up in social isolation or whatever it's called. And then, boom, out comes the sun. So look at that then for a view. Absolutely glorious. You can see how much the storms have moved the beach about because it's all that there, the finger, that is the old footings where they laid the cable for the wind farm, which is kind of there. You might just be able to see some turbines, maybe not. And that's got to be about 7 or 8 years ago. It's a while ago now. Can you hear me properly? If anybody's there and they're listening, if I'm doing anything wrong, will you tell me? And as your comments come up, I'll answer. So that there, finger again, that is the sheet pile that they put in to build that great big cofferdam that joined up to the sea wall here. And as you can see, back comes the finger, our signboard that the Russell Beach Group installed got washed away in one of the storms. Now it's been washed away before because the waves come banging against this sea wall and straight up into the air and straight into the back of it. Here comes the hand. And my lovely husband had tried to refit it, and he'd used mastic, screws and I don't know what, and you can see that it's all bent out of shape as the waves have pushed it out, so you can see how much force it came with. We're still not tidied up at Cleveleys. There's loads of pebbles still on the prom. We ended up with everything at the back of the storm boards here. This should normally be on the beach, not on the path. So the storm boards slot into that gap there. Right, so we'll go this way. So we're walking now towards, sort of in the direction of Russell School. So we're on Russell Promenade, and you can see all the pebbles on the beach where they've all washed up. I'm going to be getting funny looks in a minute. So we've got a very pebbly prom. If anybody wants any firewood, there's some good examples of logs. If you've got a pony and a long chain, you could perhaps take these 2 tree trunks home and landscape your garden. I think you'd need a pony and a chain like they do when they're logging in forests. And you can see where the pebbles have all been pushed up against, and you see how the beach slopes in a gentle slope, and the pebbles have all been pushed up here against the sea wall. So that new beach management project is going to help to maintain that, because that is not kept in place by anything other than gravity. So if you have another storm, that could be washed away and then we all end up in a pickle. As you can see, it's not keeping the dog walkers in. I think we're all enjoying 2 or 3 minutes of freedom before we get put onto lockdown, whenever that might be. But if you keep 2 metres away from one another, I mean, it's a beautiful day today, but it's still breezy. Keep 2 metres away from one another, you're not going to be able to pick many germs up, I shouldn't have thought. Oh, here's my friend Nora. She's got no idea that she's ending up live on Facebook. She'll kill me when I get to her. Hello, Nora. I'll not get too close to you. We're live on Visit Cleveleys. Have you got anything to say?
No, it's just beautiful.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Pass in within 2 metres. Going to be getting some strange looks now. This is where everybody parks the car. I mean, where else could you just park your car and sit in solitary isolation and watch a beautiful view like that? I mean, look at that. It's lovely. I'm going to walk up to the signboard. There's an interesting piece of wood there. We'll see whether it's retrievable. That's the only problem when you're near a beach. We all turn into wombles and we all end up picking random bits and bobs and things that we've found up and taking them back home, shoving them in our gardens and garages and whatnot. Tell you what though, it's cold around your fingers. I'd have put my gloves on if I'd have known. Oh, it's not bad that. If anybody wants some firewood, maybe a bit of landscaping in your garden. So this is where, you might remember, this is our muster point for the Russell Beach group where we meet for our meetings. And this is where, you might remember, we had a crate that everybody put their stuff in that they found on the beach. And now, instead of a crate, the crate's disappeared and the beach is literally right up to the top of the wall. Wow, that's high. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll see if I can manage to go for a walk somewhere a bit more interesting next time, because this is going to get mighty boring after 3 months of looking at this bit of beach. And we'll tune in for today. See you later.